Hello, what's up, my people? Back at it again. Got to put in some work today. We've got a couple already recorded, but let's keep grinding. That's what we do. Another episode of Confession from the Backseat of a Country Boy from Georgia. Got a oldie but goodie today, but the story today is strictly about my trip back home to the motherland. It was 1994. I was in the military. And this is when I had to go on the ship with the Navy in order to keep from being out of the country for a whole year. So I had to go for 6 months with them. I ended up visiting Africa, Kenya, and Mombasa. I will never forget the things that I saw in my life, but that Westpac, that was on the USS Peleliu, 1994 again. Back to this is strictly about visiting Africa. I had these ideas as a kid, what I thought Africa would be like, and what I wanted to see and how it would be. And I always wondered and dreamed, just any person, average person, would I be accepted, not be accepted at things? Uh, are they living in back in the time versus, where we are so advanced? Then I wanted to see if it correlated with where I grew up at, meaning on that farm, that hard life, the no interior water, animals, crop. Just wanted to see if it matches up. Those are all the things I had in my head as a kid, and just finally hearing that I'm going there. So I got to tell you, excited when I heard that I was going. Excited, 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 excited. So many emotions stirred up inside. I always wonder, like, will I go there and fall in love in a sense of with my people, meaning the origination of what they consider blacks? Will I go there and feel the compassion, the sympathy for them, and want to do something about it? I had so many questions that I needed to answer and wanted to answer inside as soon as I got there. So we finally get there. So we'll get the story, moving. So we get there, and before we actually get there, the ship, meaning on the USS Peleliu, the Navy puts out a brochure and these videos telling you what's going on, what's happening, tribes and this, what to stay away from. Mind you, of course, they pretty much basically said it's all dangerous, just, be careful, whatever. They're poor, they'll try to get things from you. Okay. Great, great, great. Wasn't going to deter me. I've been to a lot of hole in the wall. Just imagine I just came from, like, we just did like Kuwait and some other little Bahrain. I'm thinking, like, if you don't think it's dangerous there, but you think it's dangerous here, but whatever, I get it. Somalia pirates were very popular during that time. This is during Black Hawk Down, Operation Restore Hope in Rwanda. I've been there, actually. Also, I told you guys about the story going beast at. And also, just so you guys know and remember this, the gentleman that went out to recover the pilot from Black Hawk Down, the major, I met him. I have pictures with him. I met him at a Marine Corps ball once I got out the Marine Corps, and it's some of the most amazing stories, but save that one for another day too. So let's get back into this. We're in Africa, right? Remember they put out all these things, letting us where we can and can't go. I'm just ready to just get out, man. Just ready to get out and see some things. All my friends and boys are ready to go. We're excited. First thing to get out. Let's see. Where do I start? We get out. I'll just talk about, let me say the first contact we made. So we get off the ship. We start to walk off, and there's many of them Africans there, Somalians, Kenyans. We're in Mombasa, but we're close to Kenya, so we just travel back and forth. There's a few people out there, and they're looking to trade with you. Like if you have socks, they'll trade you. They'll give you whatever. They have wood carvings, staffs with knives inside of them. Just really nice artsy work. People were getting all kinds of stuff. They were trading them socks, jeans, like socks and jeans and t-shirts were major. So we're out. We didn't bring any of that stuff. They, they mentioned that to us, but we were just really looking to get out and just see Africa. So the first thing you notice the smell. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit like wilderness. So nothing pungent. Of course, you got the ones who are like, the smell. And they saying it smell musty, all that. But like I said, my mind was not fixated on that. So we get out and everyone's passing over. And I see this one guy. He's like, welcome home, my brothers, and this and this and that. And the people turning him away and wouldn't say anything. He's just standing there. He's got on some jeans. He doesn't have on some sandals and just regular t-shirt. And he just something about it called him to me. I don't remember his name either. I know I should, but forgive me for it. Something called me about him, and he approached me, and I was just like, all right, so you're gonna be the guy to show us around? He's like, I could show you around, and I think I gave him like $10 or something like that, $10. And he said, buddy, you know, in Somalian accent, he was just like, I'll be here today, tomorrow, whatever you need from me. It's just like, it was enough for him. Whatever I think the $10 was enough. But the next day, just so you know, that guy was so cool. He took us around. He showed us where not to go, what not to do. He was walking in advance. It was just like you being in Vegas, like you had someone show taking you to all the hot spots and everyone, they knew him. It was just kind of like that. But he was just a local. He wasn't someone popular. He just knew how to talk and get up in front. He's very loyal to making sure he take care of the people that he gave his word to. And it was just amazing to me to see that. I mean, I was honored to have him. I brought him socks and jeans and stuff the next day from off the shipping game. Told my boys to do the same. But you know, that's nothing. That's not one pound of bag, but it's just, to me, from where I'm from, the fact that he took pride enough to make sure we didn't get in harm's way, and that was his thing. He made sure we got the front line. Most places we went to, he made sure we were safe, and I'm blessed for that. Second thing is, we get out in the city, and one of the times I say we sent him home because I told him, you know what, thank you for your time and you know what you've done for us. But we started to, you know, move around by ourselves, and this is one thing that just we caught off guard. They told us about it. It's called the Mombasa handshake. It's where you're walking down the street, and there can be two women with their hair fully wrapped, the whole night having a conversation. You're on the sidewalk with them, right, and it's covered, and they're in full conversation, and me and some homies are all walking. And you know, you're passing them. Yeah, you glimpse. You don't really, you know, you're not staring at nothing. And they're in conversation, and the lady's like, you know, face to face talking to each other, walking. And she literally reaches out, grabs the ball sack of anybody who's passed by if it's a guy, and they basically just check them. That's the Mombasa handshake. They don't look back. They don't stop you. They just grab them and keep it moving. Like, that was pretty cool. Nice melon. You know, I know it sounds weird. Mombasa handshake. I know it sounds weird. Trust me. And so, and you know, I told the wife, told everyone about that, and they were just like, wow. And everyone there was like, this is crazy. That was back in 1994, and that was in Mombasa. Mombasa handshake. You would get your balls grabbed down the street like I said, just just a checkup. And the third thing, the clubs there. We went to a couple of clubs there, and I gotta say, I was impressed, but they were playing old music, but the love and the vibe. I guess because you got military coming there, and we are basically looking to just drink and just be off the ship. So it just was a cool vibe, you know, a cool vibe. The one thing I did not like, there was two clubs, Toys and Florida. Toys was the more for the younger crowd. Florida was like the more sophisticated. It was like a resort, like a beach, swimming pool, club inside, dance floor inside, outside, bar inside, outside, just grills, the whole nine. Beautiful white sand beaches, Florida. Never forget it. Now, Toys again. What I'll tell you about Toys is what I find interesting is this. Because it was older times. There's the door where you go in, the glass door, and then there's a curtain, like two curtains, and behind the curtain there's a guy sitting down at a little table with a tackle box and a girl standing here. The girl's half, you know, dressed, and the guy's sitting here, and it's like whatever, $5, $10 you get in, and then there's another curtain. Then after the curtain there's stairs to up. But so you pay your money, they stamp your hand, and when you open that curtain, I'm saying, because these are all military guys, men, I told you. Remember, I told you there's nothing but men out there. So you're going through there, and it's like women line up on the right and the left. And you would think that would be a guy's heaven, maybe to them. But let me describe this to you. If in the U.S., if you never know what sexual harassment is, this great place to figure it out. Like, it made me respect women to the point, like, I won't ever grab a woman's ass, because that's how violated I felt. When you walk past that curtain and go up them stairs, they were so thirsty. I don't even call it thirsty, man. Vampires. They know how much change you got in your pocket, what's the circumference of your balls, what color underwear you have on, your skin complexion. I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous on all kinds of levels. So I say that to say this. I understand what a woman feels like to be violated and groped, because that's ridiculous. And it made me like that. I took a staff that I had just bought earlier that day for like a couple of dollars, and literally had to swing it at them to get their damn hands off of me. Like, and one of the guys was asking me, like, what's wrong? Like, if you don't get it, I can't tell you. But anyway, that's another story. So we get to the top of the stairs, and we walk into it, and then you look around, just like, you know, tables of table marines and just drinking and, like I said, partying. Then there's a upstairs. You look down the dance floor and you see guys dancing with guys because, like I said, they're just having a good time. Those are the two clubs, Toys and Florida. Florida was so amazing. Like I said, it was for the grown and sexy, and it was more the upbeat. I like the vibe there. It was cool. Like I said, you can get you a drink, or you can eat. You can go on the patio. You can go on the beach. You could actually go on the dance floor. It was just beautiful, 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 beautiful. And the one thing that I did not like was the beer. The beer that I had there, I do believe it was a what's the dark beer? The very dark stout. I believe it was a stout. It looked like motor oil. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what motor oil tastes like, but it might as well taste like it. But that was the only thing I didn't like. The beer was just, ugh. Now, what I find funny is this, and then I find that humorous. Other people might not, but their grills, they had the regular grills out there, and they had the chickens where they would actually crack them up, open the fillet of the chicken like open wide. There'd be a whole chicken. They cut it in half and just press it, but they press it with a brick, red clay like brick. Smack it or either leave it on top. And I gotta say, that's some of the best damn chickens I ever had. But the kicker is this: the fries. You know how we are all into sweet potato fries now, like the craze went over the world, over the U.S. and here for a minute now. Well, this is in 1994. Their regular fries taste like sweet potato fries to me. I know it's like some might say, yeah, it was just new tasting, man. Anyway, that was another part of Africa. The one scary part of Africa that I got a chance to witness is actually we were going deep, trying to go out and see some of this, a little bit of safari, and we changed our mind. We were on this one road, and there's like a couple of cars going. And mind you, remember the old Bugsy Muggsy Bogues cars where the back door opens up and you kind of get in, look like it's a cab. You can kind of face each other. Well, they had a couple of those kind of cars, and so I'm gonna put us on the path. We're like maybe in the middle. There's maybe two cars or a car behind us. They got some people, and there's another. This is not all my peoples now. This is just cars. We're in the line going headed out on this windy road where ain't no lights at, and it's starting to get dark, right? You see the other car in front, lights going, moving, and then all of a sudden you hear them yell, and you hear a big commotion, boom, boom. And they pull over, we pull over, and now all the cars are pulling over to the side. In my mind, I'm thinking like, oh shit, they got us. They about to really do some things to us. And all the cars pulled over. This is a setup. They got us out in the middle of nowhere. Then we look up front. Man, let me tell you. We look up front because we look at each other. You imagine you're facing each other, right? You're sitting in the backseat, you're scared, crapless, like, oh my God, what's going on? So I stand up and I kind of peek, and then we all start peeking, looking up, and you see these two guys, one at the front, one at the front, one at the back, and they're holding something, and they're counting 1, 2, 3, and you see them swinging, and it looks like a dead body to me. I think they hit somebody that was walking on the road, and they just got out. I don't know if he was alive, not alive. One grabbed his hand, his arms, another grabbed his feet, and they counted 1, 2, 3 and tossed him over the grass. Then they started walking back to the car. We sat down kind of quietly and looked at each other and kept it going. That was probably one of the most scariest moments, but hey, we survived it. We survived it. There was no problem with us. That was mostly my trip to the motherland. Mombasa handshake, the clubs, the trading, the beaches. I mean, I got to tell you, I would love to go back under different circumstances. So the reason I shared that today is because of what's going on, again, talking about China and the mistreatment of blacks over in China, and also them invading Africa. I urge all of color people of African descent to pay attention. Just keep an eye open. If you ever get a chance to visit Africa, please, 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 please visit it. It did stir up some emotions inside of me that I will never forget as long as I live. I understand that there's some stereotypical things between Africans and American, Black Americans. I don't care about any of it. I just care about my people. I love anything that's dark. I really do. I mean, I love all things that God made. But I especially love darker skinned people. I know that we're kings and queens. Again, that was my trip to the motherland. You guys, if you get a chance, visit. I love you. Peace.